Hello again. Well, I was asked if I would show you how I made this little disc detainer pick, and so that's sort of what I'm going to do now. It's going to be a two-part video. This though, this is part obviously part one, and this is sort of just going through it and showing you the bits that I use in the raw. Now then, this is the pick. This is the pick tip. This is the sort of what this is the tension part of it. Actually, they can be both. That can be both a pick and a tension. That can be both a pick and a tension. This is called it the body, and these are a couple of set screws to help you turn it. This is a sort of a bit of aluminium tubing with the graduations on it. And then this is a strange bit of metal. I've no idea what it was originally, and I don't know what the metal is. It's a type of steel, and this little pick tip fits into the back here with a little set screw, and then it can be rotated like that and go backwards and forwards. And you can obviously see approximately where you are within the thing. This, excuse me. This is sort of copied off a Sparrow's setup, and not any old Sparrows. This is a Chris Capoon Sparrows one, because it was Chris Capoon's one that I looked at to see how to do it all. This has had a couple of different guises really, and I'll put a link in the description below so you can see what it looked like when it first started out. Right, so this pick tip starts off looking like that. This is an ejector pin. They use them in the plastic injection molding thing industry. Pushes out the bit of plastic. This part of it here is a little sort of like a bearing to make it run smoothly. It adds a lot of smoothness to it. So they're quite long. They needs quite a lot of work on it actually, and you've got to be careful not to overheat it. This part is just what they call I think they're spacers. This is it here. This is the same one. Same thing. It's just a little spacer. They use them in the any electronics and sort of mechanical with mechanics involved with it, where they want to put two boards and they want to space them apart. There's lots of different sizes of these. I've got a few of those. I like taking things apart, and I keep all the bits. Then the actual body part of it, this bit, I haven't got another one of these. This comes off a printer, an old printer, and so I'm going to use this. Now this is just a big old bolt head that I've cut off, and I'm going to put some set screws in. But I'm going to have some smaller ones. I'm going to have these smaller ones, and so they will hold in that tension tool part. And then this bit of aluminium, which is the same bit of aluminium as that, it fits onto the end of this, like so. And then there's a little grub screw in the back of it. Where is it? It's there. I don't know whether you can see that. There's a little grub screw there. It is. Well, I just made that. It's a I can't remember what the 6BA. And then so that fits in there. Now the next problem I've got is the metal bit at the back is this, and that's the last bit of it. So that it doesn't fit over there perfectly at the moment because it's got burrs on it, but when it's all cleaned up, that'll fit in. I'm not going to force it in there because it'll be difficult to get out because of the burr on here. And it'll scratch it up and make it difficult, and all the rest. The whole thing will be difficult, but that is from there to there is just long enough, so I can there's enough room in there. So there's that, and then at the back of that, the thing that holds the pick tip in is this. Now I'm going to make it a little bit better than that because that's not quite perfect, but that's just a little brass thing that fitted on I don't know, an old telephone. There you go, that's what it was. And that fits perfectly into the back, and with a little bit of super glue and a bit of tapping, that goes in there and that won't ever come out. So and then I'll put a hole through it, tap it, and that'll go through and it'll be able to slide up and down. So that's it. When you next see it, I think that's everything. When you next see all this, it'll be finished. So it'll look something like that, but with a different head on it. And that'll be perhaps next week. And I've got to fashion it, you see, to this key. So that's the key. Apparently it's an Assa Abloy style clone type key, and that's what I'm working for. So there's a lot of shaping and fiddling around to do it. I'm going to have it as a kit of parts. When you next see it, I'll put it all together, and then I'm going to try it in the lock, which is this dual custody, heavy old dual custody thing. Actually, I can open it now because I've separated the keys. I'll do that for you. What one's that? Number 1. Number 2 goes up the other way. Ah, comrade, nice to see you today. Let's let him out. Boing. So that's going to be some challenge to pick it, actually, isn't it? One of the things I have noticed on the keys, by the way, is that number 2 can be tensioned from the top here. This one can't. So you can see that there's a, I don't know whether you can see that. I don't know if I can line them up enough for you to see that, but yeah, here we go. That one's got, you can tension that one from the top, but you can't tension that one from the top. That's going to have to be tensioned from the bottom. So you can tension it from the top to start with, I should think, and then swap it over. So it'll be interesting to see. That's 9 wheels on there, discs. So there we go, guys. So next week I shall be putting it all together with a bit of luck and having a go at opening the lock for the first time, see if it works. Thank you. See you around.